morning once again, and a great afternoon and a wonderful evening. Being in the emotional quotient, understanding relationships. By the way, relationships are with ourselves and with others, both. When we talked about meditation helps us make friendships, first thing it does is to make friendship with ourselves. Friendship is accepting the person as it is. So we got to accept ourselves as it is. That's where it starts the self-love. We cannot be the critic of ourselves, and there is no way we can be a friend to somebody else. We got to have that friendship with ourselves. Friendship with ourselves, friendship with animals, friendship with people. So Divya Nadimpalli, she was alluding to 4 agreements. I've used the concept of 4 agreements. That intrigued me. I said, yes, we must talk about this. Don Miguel Ruiz, he's a shaman master. There are, what do you say, like we call our masters, like Yogi or Rishi, we have a version of our own name in India. There is shaman masters are from South America. The understanding of the whole concept for them is that everything comes from light. There is light everywhere. And then what we experience is merely an observation. Pretty much they figured out this quantum physics much long before quantum physics came in. Just like our scriptures have knew this always. So Don McGuire he's a shaman master. He talked about these 4 agreements in his book. Very small book, but it's a very beautiful book. Be impeccable with your words. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. And do your best, always. 4. So be impeccable with words, which is, of course, the most important of all. When we meditate, it is leading us to mindfulness, so we are getting better in the way we use our words. If thoughts and feelings create reality, and every time we have a feeling, often it is expressed through the words. Or when we express words, there is a lot of feeling that goes with it. And so when words are used, then it's a power of creation. Significant creation is happening when words are used, because many times, think about it, many times when you're expressing an emotion, because feeling and emotion are same, and every time you express an emotion, it's always is with a word. I'm stupid, you are stupid. You are nuts, you go crazy. You are a fool, you just don't understand. Everything that always, when you're using words, when the words are coming out, there is a lot of feeling and emotion. So they create things. It's also called casting spell. When we use a word, we cast spell on others. If they're weak-minded, if they're not understood yet, that others' opinions are others, mine is mine, which we very clearly understand when we are going through the meditation process. But otherwise, every time we use a word, we're casting a spell. It's called nothing less than casting a spell on others. If you enjoy yourself in your mirror and then you see nice and beautiful, you experience time with yourself. But if there is a slight of, beautiful examples given in this book, but even if a slight spot is there in your face and somebody tells you, hey, what is that spot? It looks like a little bit of cancer. There is some special cancer. That spot comes. That is it. You cast a spell on that person. You cast a spell on the person. Our words are constantly casting spells on others or ourselves. Who casts spells on people? Black magicians. Is that what Manajeshwari said? So then with our words, then we have that power. We tell a child, you are fit for nothing. How much the child has a spell on it. You just don't work hard, my son. You are a stupid. Why do you make these stupid mistakes all the time? How many times have you said this word? So we are casting spells all the time by just making this, because it's called an agreement. So the whole concept is that everything in our life is we're making an agreement. When people are telling us to do this way, that way, then we're making an agreement with them about what they sell is the value. So we got to just, in return, comply with them. Now, impeccable words is not with just others. Then that translates to ourselves. The moment somebody says, especially if a dad says to his son that you are stupid, then the son is saying, how can I make myself prove that I'm stupid? Because we make an agreement with ourselves that I'm stupid. Otherwise, why would my dad say? Why are people telling me that I'm fit for nothing? And so you're trying to continue to look at and say, where is that string of stupidity in me? And then where your attention goes, the way you place your energy, and so that keeps flaring up. So you're trying to do things that I have done before, which shows your stupidity, so we go do it. Make opinions, and if you have a close friend who is in power, talk about, no, your administration sucks. We tell him that. And he only goes on because he respects a lot of what your opinion is. And he goes on looking at it and saying, where did I go do wrong? What is he saying? And then keep going and investigating into it. Then some way he believes because he respects you, then my administration must be sucking. I don't do it right. We make an agreement with ourselves the moment we hear 2, 3 times more. The difference, this being impeccable with words is the mark of a master. They have done a research. Gossip, Patrick says gossip is the cancer of the soul. Gossip is a way we are constantly casting spells. Gossip is about always talking about a third person when the person is not in your presence. When the person is in presence, there's no longer gossip, right? And you're talking. But talking about a third person when the person is not here is gossip. And then we make all kinds of judgments and comments and everything, not recognizing that we are putting out the signatures out there. Then, of course, it can hurt is the thing. When you come to the spiritual parlance, you understand and say, am I causing hurt? It's very possible. When they do not understand that I am not becoming that just by somebody saying it, it's there. No doubt about it. As a meditator, you understand, you put a shield around yourself. It's great. But until the time, whatever we say is always has repercussions. We know that. It's pretty common sense. So the first thing is saying is be impeccable with words, not only to the outside, but also to yourself. Because when we make this thing that, no, yes, I'm stupid. I just don't get it. I'm like a jerk. I don't know why I'm doing this all the time. It's in self-talk. The self-talk is constantly make us believe that that is true, and then we continue to, because the more you repeat it, it stays there, so it makes us believe, and then we continue to try to exhibit that behavior because it creates automatically. It creates automatically because it's purely science. It's thoughts and feelings create reality. What we say to ourselves is what we are constantly programming ourselves of, and so we create more of that. The first principle he said is be impeccable with your words. Second, they said is don't take anything personally. Your opinion is yours, my opinion is mine. Classic case. For example, I'm a businessman. I'm a business leader thing, right? I'm a businessman. And then I'm working for a deal. And then my deal did not come through. Customer rejected it. Now, what is the belief that we are with? A rejection means that we are failure, isn't it? In the world, there is a belief that rejection is equal to failure, of individual failure. We take it. So the moment the deal is not the customer rejected, while the rejection may be because it does not meet the client's requirement, we take it as a personally and say, oh, I'm not good. I'm not rejected. So then now it's going to be those comments around me about my bosses and my colleagues saying that, what have you done? You lost the deal for the company. We take it as a personal rejection. So take it as something very personal that I'm not good enough. I'm not capable. That's why this happened. Even though the client is rejected for a very, very genuine reason. So don't take anything personally. We recognize it that people have their own opinions. Just because people are taking things very personally of what Hitler said, there is so much of killing was there. The words have so much power that they inculcate fear, they inculcate hatred, they inculcate everything. So being impeccable with words, mark of a true master. And we had this triple filter. Positive, is it positive? Is it truthful? Is it useful? Really have to every time open a mouth. Because understand that every time using words, then we are, of course, spending energy because there is a whole amount of thought is moving with it. And then many situations, a lot of feeling is moving with it, right? Think about it. Then when there is so much feeling associated with it, then we have to but manifest that into our reality. More of it. Because the moment you set something out in motion, then when there is environment, then environment is also now echoing back again on it. So it leads to more in thought and feeling. And so between this field of thought and field of word and field of action, field of word, we got to be so impeccable because it's out with everybody. At least field of thought, it's with you. You still are correcting all the time inside. But field of word, it's less, it is not forgiving. The moment a release word is out and you're stuck with it. So being impeccable with the words to others or to ourselves is important. Second, don't take anything personally. I mean, these are very, very simple statements, right? Whatever the meaning we give for every situation is what is causing it. That's that Harvard study. Just by changing the meaning of what's happening to us, then automatically we find a happiness inside again pretty quickly. Just because my mom said, my dad said, my colleagues said, my friends said, I won't become that. Right? Don't take anything personally. Is the second statement. They want to take the person out because the person is this ego, right? And we want to be taking because it's all fed by the ego. When the ego is not accepting, we want to take it personally, then ego comes into picture, then all kinds of hell breaks loose. Third thing it says is don't make assumptions. They're all related to each other. Making assumptions is what causes us to many times create a different meaning. Many, many times. We know that. If a friend did not invite us for party, then we start making so many assumptions. Oh my God, so many assumptions. Oh, what happened? What did they do wrong last time we met? Why are they no longer liking me? I mean, are they not, am I not be in their circle? Will I not be in their circle? So many assumptions. Oh, they're arrogant. Come on, look at them. They only call some kind of people. Oh, these guys are selfish because they're no longer my work is there, so they don't call me anymore. All kinds of dialogue goes on. Assumption or assumption. So don't make any assumptions is the third thing. And then fourth thing is do your best at any given time. When Divya is talking about it, she's talking in terms of her base camp experience. People are telling her that this is going to be most toughest. This is going to be challenging for you. Be careful. You may not even return back into your life. When she was in the Everest base camp, right? And she was saying, I made commitment to myself that I'm not going to take this personally. Yes, they're telling us based on their overall experience of many, many things, but I don't want to take it personally and apply to me and say, I may also perhaps die. And then she's not making assumptions anymore. Do your best. So we are talking about doing your best because see, at the end of the day, while these are our intents, we constantly always lose our emotion. At the end of the day, since we are in a duality of nature, we still lose our emotion. Sometimes it does happen. Right? We may make assumptions. We still are taking things personally. But this do your best is saying always contemplate, attempt to do whatever that you best can do, but then stop there. Don't go back and then do your self-talk and say, why did I do this again? But do your best requires us to go and understand this truth more. How do I to follow these three? What all I need to do? We got to go and then do it. We do lots of meditation. We do lots of reading books. I mean, if you read this book, you'll understand how everybody is casting spells on everybody else. I'll talk about control drama topic one of the days. We are in this concept of relationships. But a simple book talking about these four agreements, and agreements are with others to ourselves. It's primarily basically with ourselves, right? Agreements. I must say that meditation is helping us to be that. Meditation absolutely gives us so much awareness. And we talked about yesterday, it gives us awareness and expression. So we're moving away from the negative talk to the positive talk, and then it's making us aware so that we not only look at and say change the response, automatically our words also change, right? Our response changes, so our words change. Many, many people have not told how to do this, and that is this technique, meditation. Simple. It helps us to improve our speech, power of words, and it helps us to gain impeccability. You know, Patriji is it's a Zen master. A teacher is Zen master. If someone says, hi sir, how are you? That's it, they had it. I'm sitting here, hail and Lal in front of you. Why are you asking me, how are you? It's just a programmed behavior that comes out automatically. If you understand that every word has energy and you're spending energy, and say, how are you? We find somebody in movie theater, oh, you come for watching movie. What would they come for? We just want to express and say something. If you want to learn something, change the dialogue, right? Tell me what you have new in your life. But these masters, the Zen masters, are being trying to be impeccable with everything because thought and word, every thought is energy. We're expending a lot of energy. No redundancy, no negativity, no casting spells on others with our own opinions. Three friends, gladly, meditation is there, is to help us do this. I mean, but these are very, very simple but very powerful statements. Assumption is equal to beliefs, right? Assumptions is equal to beliefs. One of the five things in the beliefs, which I not really gone through in detail, but is equal to beliefs. What we believe is what we assume of others, and so we make an assumption. So we're trying to avoid that. And again, meditation is a great tool to sort of not let us go into this, and it also makes us zero. We'll understand this concept of 4 barriers to progress later in one of the next weeks, maybe. So, dear friends, let's go into meditation once again. I thought, as part of our meditations, in the manifestation, we are reprogramming a few things. We're reprogramming our subconscious with a vision of the future, which is going to help us avoid some of these assumptions, which is going to help us talk positive things, because that's what we're doing, right? We're going to increase a level of thought with a lot of future. Then the chances are they're going to talk more about it, think more about it. So how about we go back and do this manifestation, meditation again? We create our future once again, right? Relax yourself, sit comfortably. Thank you all. Have a great day, and I'll meet back tomorrow again. Thank you.